Breezy, tune in to the American dream. Throw the fist up one time for the team. 16 banners, let's make it 17. Breeze up, C's up, rep if you bleed green. 2 Jade up, they about to make it rain. 15 players going hard in the paint. NBA fans turn centers in the same. Get smart on these boys, true fans, I'll explain. Game on the line, last shot, don't freeze. Move the ball on the court with ease. Turn your radios on and TVs. Relax, kick back, tune in to see. Game on the line, last shot, don't freeze. Move the ball on the court with ease. Turn your radios on and TVs. Relax, kick back, tune in to see.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Breezy, and I got my girl Keish, and we are C Breeze. Welcome to the show. Keish, what's going on? Look like you came straight from work.
I am exactly coming straight from work, trying to time this out because I got to finish dinner, but I'm ready to talk Celtics.
Look, we're going to get this show popping. I promise these are going to be quick hitters for you guys out there. We got things we want to get off our chest. And most importantly, we're going to do our best just to look at the bright side of things. I know it all seems dark and negative and all that type of stuff, but we're going to do our best to find the bright spots to our game. Now, last night, the Celtics played the Dallas Mavericks, and what a freaking finish. Not for the Celtics, but for the Mavericks. Keish, talk your talk, baby.
It was a tough game all the way through. I mean, we kind of took our foot off the gas. It's becoming a fourth quarter issue. But surprisingly enough, this fourth quarter, we actually came through and tried to play hard and almost got that W. Unfortunately, Luka is Luka, and he's going to be great. So you can either do the best you can do to guard him and put up a defense, or you can have what happened last night and he hits a 3 in your face and you can just say, Luke is going to be the man. That's all you got to say. I think, you want to get that W. We've been dying for it. We haven't dropped 2 this whole season yet, so dropping 2 is a little bit tough, but I still think that we're going to be all right. Just trying to get us through the All-Star break.
Yeah, 1 game below 500. We are 15-16. Tonight we could be 500 again, which would be good for the Boston Celtics. Luka is always going to be Luka. I will agree with you 100%. But I watched the last play. That wasn't just Luka.
No,
that was the Celtics opening up the Red Sea, parting ways, letting Moses walk right on through. And I know people don't want to talk about it, and I know it's hard to talk about it, and people are saying, oh, Nesmith is a rookie. I get it, but he played 22 minutes, Keish, and I'm confused how he was confused because he got lost on the inbounds pass, and Luka just said, nobody in my way, and unfortunately, Kemba couldn't get there right away because he was guarding my man, whatever his name, who couldn't make a 3-point shot in the corner all game. He was guarding him. And then when Kemba saw Luka open, he tried to dash out and throw his little 5'5" body out there. And it just
happened. It wasn't going to happen.
It wasn't going to happen.
No, I mean, like I said, I think third quarter, again, we have our third quarter woes, took our foot off the gas. Like, we got to be consistent to full 48. I think if we can get to that full 48 consistency, you got a stronger Celtics team. I mean, it's just, we got to stay focused. That's my biggest thing. Some things you can't control, but we got to stay focused.
That sounds like a whole nother show we're going to do. That's going to be the name of our next show, Staying Focused, because that's what it seems like the Celtics can't do. And part of me thinks that comes to their youth and not having veteran depth on the bench to kind of like whip the young whippersnappers into some type of shape, because I'm telling you, these are growing pains.
Yeah. And I mean, if you think about it, look at our bench. I mean, we got Nesmith, rookie. We got PP, rookie. We got Jeff Teague. Unfortunately, I just don't know what he's doing.
We got the wrong Teague. We needed George Teague.
Right.
We needed his older brother. I don't know. But yeah, it's crazy.
We got Rob, who's in and out trying to get healthy. You know what I mean?
Whole nother show.
We got Javonte now having a little bit more responsibilities off the bench. Shimmy's trying. I love my Shimmy. But I just think that what we have in depth isn't strong enough. We need that one more piece, right, to help us be able to kind of take care of those moments when we have teams who have opponents who don't have a strong bench that we could come out and shoot the lights out, right?
Yeah.
But
I agree. I agree 100%. Now, Now, listen, to the title of today's show is called the Bro Jays, so we're definitely going to talk about the Bro Jays because that's the Celtics, that's the team, that's the future, and we hopefully and Ainge figures out ways to continue to build around. If I'm Jason Tatum, I'm in the office now. Jayson looks a little bit more passive, so if I'm Jaylen Brown, I'm in the office like, look,
We need help.
if I was LeBron, you would have A, B, C, D in
Mhm.
here. End of
Yep.
discussion.
Right.
Right. So I think they're gonna do something about it after the
Right.
All-Star break, like you said. Hopefully, Ainge uses that TPE and we'll get this show, we'll get the ball
Well,
rolling going into the second half of
right.
the season.
Because I mean, really, we're still in Jayson and Jalen's prime, and but you want to be able to give them incentive to want to stay. We got them for another both, I think, 4 years.
Right.
But you want to be able to give them incentive because they both want to win a championship, and I think
Agree.
it's possible. Because they are like two of the top. Like I got to give them credit. They're like one of the two. Like they're the top duo right now in the league. So they need to be able to get those complementary pieces to be able to help them spread the floor, be able to get some points up on the board. Like they literally are carrying this team, and even like when they're not having a great shooting night, they're both still dropping decent numbers. So
I agree.
they got to get somebody out there to be able to help them.
Agreed. Now, here's the one thing I like about both of these guys, man. My man Jay King, he tweeted out, Jaylen Brown says, quote, I don't feel very much like an all-star because we're below 500. And like, what are your thoughts about that?
I like his passion, and I think and appreciate the fact that he knows that they can be better, and he's not afraid to say it. And I like that he does say it because they need that kind of leadership. Somebody to be able to come out and say, "Listen, guys, we need to be better." I'm an all-star, yes, but I don't feel like getting the all-star is on me, but I feel like our team can be better than where we are. And I think he probably brings a lot of that to the table. I feel like Jaylen has become a lot more vocal and a lot more passionate about what the team can and should be doing. And I think that's needed. He's one of the leaders of the team. Like you said, this is him and JT's team. They need to take over and be able to say things like that. And the teammates shouldn't get offended. They should say, you know what, he's right. Let's bring more to the table.
I agree. I agree. And my man Roy is out there. He's on Facebook. He's in the Facebook world. He's saying, look, we need time. We need time. And I agree with you, Roy. Roy, we got to have you on the show, one day and just kind of like talk
Through it.
some,
Mhm.
because I think a lot of the fans are looking for the quick turnaround. And I don't think they really understand what the team how the team is shaped at this moment. And these are just growing pains, right?
Right.
And you see that Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Kimba when he's on, he's on. You know
Yep.
what I mean? So it's almost like you just got to give time for the other players. The other players aren't high draft picks. They're
No.
not high profile players,
They're
right?
giving the production that you expect from where
So
they came in on the draft, right?
Exactly. And so they
So,
either one day they might be turned on, Keish, and the
mhm,
next day they might be turned off, and then
right,
another day they're just gonna be inconsistent. That's basically what I'm saying. But if
right,
we find ways to give them time and
yep.
supplement something in between, this team is definitely gonna go far in the playoffs. I don't
I,
care if they go 1 seed, 8 seed, they'll go
they,
far.
they're gonna make the playoffs. I was arguing with my dad today because he's not a Celtics fan and he swears y'all not gonna make the playoffs. The Celtics are gonna make the playoffs. Whether we're like you said, the 1 seed or 8 seed, we're gonna get there.
I
It's
agree.
about whether they're gonna have that fight and passion to make a deep run. Because you could be an 8 seed. Look what happened to the Bucks last year.
Mhm.
Got taken down by Miami. Who expected that? Nobody. That could be our story. Like, yes, we started the season off point 0.5, but then boom, we came out the gate, came running, pushed our way out, fought our way out, showed that passion. Get the kids, like you said, get them in the rhythm, giving Kimba time to continue get into rhythm. Let the Jays be the Jays. And look what's happening. Even Tristan, who I was concerned about, is starting to come around
Oh,
because
he's getting healthy. Oh,
I totally forgot he hasn't played basketball like since last March. So
right. He's getting healthy.
yes,
Yeah.
he's getting healthy. You can see him. He's starting to get really gritty under the post.
I,
Tight, getting better, feeling comfortable coming off the bench. We just got to give them time. It takes patience. I know everybody wants us to be championship contenders and championship winners every year, but to really build a good team, you got to give that team a chance to get there. We can't just give up and we stink. I mean, it could get really toxic. That's why I'm super positive on my Twitter account because I need people to know you don't give up on something just because it doesn't look like the way you want it to look right now.
right. That's so important. And speaking of the Jays, man, look, on last night, the reserves came in, and Shams tweeted out, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna get to the East because I don't really care about the West. So the East: James Harden, Julius Randle, Jayson Tatum,
Yep.
Jaylen Brown, Zach
Yes.
LaVine, Ben Simmons, and my man. This is a guy I want this TPE to be used for,
Oh,
Nikola Vucevic. Like, that's a guy I would love. YA size, B shooting, C defense. I
yep.
mean, what more can you ask? He's a big
Yes.
wing.
Yep. Exactly.
So that is a guy that I would look forward to. Now, let's just look at these guys' stats real quick, right? So Jaylen Brown, um, man, he man,
Yep.
like, just look at the change from his career to
Yes.
now.
Yes.
And I get it; it comes with time playing.
Yep.
But this guy is balling out. His rebounds are up, points are up, assists are up.
Assist up. Like, think about it. When JB was a rookie, he looked lost. Look
All
at
the
him
way.
now. Like, it's amazing. Time. This right here is a proof. You take time. Look at what you get with time. Like, this dude is a bona fide all-star. Should have been an all-star last year.
He
but
got snubbed last year, Keish.
yes, he surely did. But this year, bona fide all-star, showing what he could do, showing he's got what he can handle in his bag. You can see he's handling the ball better, feeling real confident going to the paint, has no fear, no issue. Like, Jaylen Brown has been amazing.
Can we just rewind back to Jaylen? Remember when Jaylen Brown, his rookie year, was it his rookie or his sophomore year? Either way, was it his rookie year we were in the Eastern Conference Finals, or his sophomore year? It was his sophomore year, right?
Sophomore year, yep.
Because it was Jayson Tatum's rookie year. All right, here we go. Remember Jaylen Brown pre-butt injury?
Yep.
Like, the way he was banging, like, just, he has that back.
Yes.
Like, that's back. He's driving to the hole. He's learned how to develop a midi. He's learned how to develop a step, turn around, pop, and shoot. Like, the only thing I don't like about Jaylen Brown, I gotta tell you what I don't like. I dislike. He be trying to take it on like 4 dudes. I be like, yo, Jay, there's 4 defenders. That means at least 3 people, at least minimum 3 people are open. So you got 4 guys.
That's it. That's my only issue. I know his assists are up, but there's sometimes when Jaylen's playing, you could see he's like, okay, this shot's my shot. That's it. I'm going for it. High water, whatever. I'm going for it, whether it's going for the dunk, taking the 3. And in most cases, I got confidence in his ability to make that shot. But then there's sometimes I'm like, Jay, one more pass.
That's it.
And I think that's the part of Jayson's game that has improved. Jayson is very unselfish. He really has no problem passing the ball. He's keeping his basketball IQ open, watching the whole floor. He's been doing some amazing passing. So I'm excited about that part of his game.
And look at his numbers.
That part of his game.
And you can see Jayson Tatum's numbers. Their numbers are almost identical, right? Like, these numbers are going up, right? And
nice.
I feel like, I don't know about you, but I always thought Jayson Tatum was the mistake.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that to be disrespectful to Jayson Tatum. He was drafted with the 3rd pick, but he was drafted high. Yep. But I don't think he was supposed to play the way he played. And due to injury, the Tatum was born. Yep. So you can say it was a gift and a curse with Gordon Hayward, that project. Right. But man, did we birth a star?
Did we birth?
We birthed, a star.
It shows the change now with how Kemba is allowing both of them to be able to become who they are, right? You can see the difference when you have a different type of point guard who's not afraid to say, you know what, some days will be it's my night, but primarily we want.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute, though. That's I think that's the issue with Kemba, though. Right now, I think the passive Kemba is good and bad.
Yes.
And it's bad when he decides not to be passive, and because he was passive so much, he can't get into his rhythm. Right. And so, man, Keisha, we got so much we can talk about. When we get into that Kyrie, when we had the Kyrie, I'm probably the only Celtic fan that liked Kyrie. And that's fine. I don't mind.
No, trust me, I did. I loved him to death. I was happy.
He was the best point guard the Celtics ever had. I'm just gonna put it out there and say he was better than Rondo. He was the best point. He might, right? he might not have been mentally better,
Yeah,
like, right? But just skillfully, he was the best point guard. And I just don't think he was trying to let the young boys were growing, but he kept thinking it was his team. I think that's what it was.
but that's what it
And
was.
it just didn't work.
Right.
It didn't work out,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And now he like the best point guard in the NBA. I mean, like
Yeah.
he's the best point guard in the NBA right now.
Yeah. So what I think Kimba has to get comfortable with mentally is knowing that to know when to be that cardiac Kimba and when not to be cardiac Kimba. And once he gets confident and realizing where that needs to happen, that's when we'll get that consistent Kimba, that not Charlotte Kimba, because Charlotte Kimba, it's a different, because he had to take on all the responsibilities. Now,
Bang.
different kind of Kimba, more of a veteran, mature, understanding, like there's some days where, hey, the Jays don't have it, I'm gonna have to take over this game, and feel confident in doing that. And I think he'll get there. I just think he's still a little rusty working his way back in after being out due to injury.
Sure.
And we're back to that word of patience. So we gotta really give him a chance to work his way in. I think he'll get there.
I agree.
He's got
I mean, the good and the bad, right? So the good is the majority of the games that we're losing to are close games. We had one egg, and that was that Wizards game. I think we lost by like 12 or 13, right? But the other's been like 6, 5, 3, so.
And like if in your head you're thinking if Kimba would have hit 2 or 3 more shots.
You get what I'm saying? Especially in at least 3 of those games, right? Kimba, if his production was a little bit better. But then we also had turnovers. Like we missed one of the games we couldn't hit free throws.
None.
I think that was the Wizards game.
None. That was the Wizards game. Couldn't miss free throws. There was one game, I want to say the turnover game might have been the first Atlanta game we lost. That was the turnover game.
Oh, I remember
there was turnovers all over the place. And then again, when you could see the difference when we play focus and we play.
Yes.
That's the Celtics.
Was that the second Atlanta game, Keish, when they just passed the ball like it was like everybody was hitting shots? Pritchard, Simi.
That was when we had that double alley-oop where
yes.
he passed it to Rob. Yes. Yeah. That's where we know they can be. It's just them getting there and getting the fatigue off. They had a tough beginning schedule. We got to admit it was a little bit tough. And JT's being sick and we got a lot of health issues, but we know where they can do. And so I think what Kimba has to realize is when it's not your night, do more defensive stuff. Like the Mavs game, he was taking charges, even doing those things that really make him Kimba. You know what I'm saying? He can do those things, and then the offense will come.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's unfortunately, Kimba's coming off of his injury, coming off that stem cell knee injection, and he's trying to get into a rhythm. He's playing back. He's not playing back to back. So Kimba Walker will not be available to play the Atlanta Hawks again, which stinks because he was cooking Trae Young,
cooking him. But yeah.
I mean, cooking.
He had a night. He definitely had a night.
And so in the first game without Kimba, Trae had like 41 points.
Yep. So he definitely was getting under Trae's skin, being able to be there defensively. Because remember, they're kind of similar size. So
Kimba it matches up. Right.
So he was able to play that defense more.
They match up well.
Tonight, though.
Tonight, I expect. And let's talk about tonight's matchup. We're going to get up out of here, right? So let's talk about tonight's matchup. We got the Boston Celtics. They're traveling to Atlanta, back-to-back game, straight from Dallas, on their way to Atlanta. Well, they should be there right now, and they're warming up, right? And, the Celtics are favored to win. Has it ever occurred to you that the Celtics are favored to win just about every game they've been playing? Like
everybody knows their potential.
It's the potential.
I think that's why the fans get so frustrated, because we should be winning these games.
Right. Right. It's the potential, and the potential is like on paper the Celtics are tough to beat, and then it's like they always lay an egg. Because you said it earlier in the show, you was like, they had a pretty good, bad fourth quarter or they have a bad third quarter, or Jayson Tatum just can't score in the first half, or like if the consistency finds its way, then you'll get more games like they are. Doesn't matter who's playing, like hit the wide open guys hitting their shots. Jayson Tatum getting foul calls. I don't know when that's ever going to happen. Jaylen Brown getting to the hole. Like it's just it's
I think
unfortunate.
about the Pelicans game, up 24. We were kept
I was
one
never
through.
I was never gonna bring that up, Keish.
Oh,
Ever.
I'm sorry. I
No,
had
it's
to.
okay. It's okay.
One
Your show.
got a good consistent 36 minutes and then dropped the egg because we took our foot off the gas. And then everybody went cold. You got to keep remembering, stay the same course. When you're doing it, like Tristan Thompson said, you step on that neck so the blood come out.
Right.
Don't take your foot off that neck. And I
That-
think sometimes we take the foot off the neck. Dominate, dominate, dominate. That's what I'm hoping they do tonight. You remembered you beat them once. No, you don't have Kemba, but dominate, dominate, dominate. That's it.
And when I hear Celtic fans not want Tristan Thompson because his scoring production isn't high, I want people to think, when has he ever been a scorer?
Never.
He's always been the gritty, tough guy,
Yep.
right? And what the Celtics are missing is one gritty, tough guy off the bench, Jay Crowder. And I'm telling you,
God, I was saying I wish we had Jay back.
yo, Jay probably played for $5 in a Kit Kat right now. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to get Jay
It's
back.
the Celtics are missing that grittiness. Marcus Smart is gritty, but you need Marcus Smart. I'm almost scared for Marcus Smart to do more than what he's doing, because I didn't expect what happened to happen what he's dealing with now. Like, no one saw that happen.
Thank God it wasn't like career end.
The way it looked was,
yes,
the way it looked like it was.
So nervous. So I'm glad he'll be back probably after All-Star break, because it's obvious we miss Marcus. We miss him so much. It's just people don't realize. They complain about him and how much stuff he does. He does too much. No, Marcus is that piece that fits everywhere, and he's that missing piece in these clutch games. Those games where we're down and stuff. That yesterday, that Luka shot would not have happened if Marcus was out there. I don't feel like that would have happened, because Marcus would have took care of that defense, made sure he would have took Luka out of his spot. I just feel like we're missing Marcus. So that's another thing we can look forward to.
Yeah, as a Celtic fan, it's really hard to finish games without your most
one of your clutch players.
I'm not saying he's the best player, but he's the most needed player out there on the court, right? Because when you need him to score, somehow he can shoot. And then when you need him to get to the basket, he can get to the when you need him to block a shot, he can block a center shot. Like, it's just something different. When you need him to dive on a ball, he'll do that. So Marcus Smart is missing, and it's unfortunate for the Celtics. And this is forcing Nesmith to kind of like get his feet wet, right? And even if Romeo Langford was back, that's another tall, lanky defensive guy.
We got another gem right there. I forgot. He's a great defender as well. So we got pieces. I
just gotta get healthy.
Like I said, after All-Star break, I always say, like, it's just something I've learned. You get up to All-Star break, you get that nice rest, and then that's when I notice the Celtics come out after the All-Star break. We come out firing, because I think it becomes more real to them.
Got you.
That's when sometimes I feel like that's when we get our best basketball, in that second half. So that's why I'm super excited about the All-Star break.
Awesome. Listen, my man John V says, Keisha, killing it. Ladies, it's awesome to hear y'all speaking sports. We need more of you. My girl Peachy says, great job, Keisha and Breezy, as always. Look, we got people in here supporting us. We thank y'all so much. Keish, what you got for this game, man? Who's going to pull it out? Who's going to score the most? Who's going to be the most impactful player tonight from the Celtics?
I think tonight we're going to see, the Jays are going to handle their business, but I think tonight might be a PP night. I think Pritchard might come out and do some business. I feel like he's old. He's been kind of quiet the last couple of games. I think tonight might be a nice confidence booster for him. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he handles coming off the bench, because I haven't even seen him starting yet. I didn't even look at the lineup. I don't know. I was like rushing in the door. So I'm
trying to get that lineup too. I just realized who is starting. It would be dope if PP started though.
Right. I hope Jeff Teague's not starting. Don't tell nobody I said that.
But Teague didn't play the last time we were missing Kemba Walker. So that's why, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't.
We did point Jayson that game, didn't we? That's when we had did Ojale start?
I think.
Go flip that up. Well, the starters should be posted by now, right?
Oh, Teague is starting, guys. I'm sorry. Teague is starting. Well, listen, Teague, all you got to do is pass the damn ball. Like, that's it. Don't
take no shots, bro. Pass the ball. That's all I need you to do.
Can be a point guard tonight.
That's all we need.
He will gain all of his Celtics cred right back. All we need him to do And I wanted to point this out before we get off the air. We talked a little bit about Marcus Smart. We're saluting the Jays. Shout out to Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown for being All-Stars, 2021 All-Stars. We salute you. Now check this out. Marcus Smart is still currently leading the teams with assists at 6 point something a game, right?
Right.
That's what we're missing. And when we ask why Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum are struggling, or Kimba, it's because the guy that's facilitating isn't in the game. So now you're asking the other guys to become your facilitator. And it's causing a little, caught up in the rupture in the rapture. All right. Any final thoughts, Keish, before we get up out of here? It's almost game time.
Celtics, let's play hard. Let's play passionate. Let's do our thing. Fans, stay confident. Don't give up. Stay patient. It's going to be all right. We're under 500 now. We're going to get where we need to be. And regardless of what happens, we taking a postseason run, baby.
You heard it first from First Lady C. That's my girl, Keisha. Listen, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll be back next week. C Breeze, we out.
We out.
Breezy. Tune in to the American dream. Throw the fist up one time for the team. 16 banners, let's make it 17. Breeze up, C's up, rep if you bleed green. 2 Jade up, they about to make it rain. 15 players going hard in the paint. NBA fans turn centers in the same. Get smart on these boys, true fans, I'll explain. Game on the line, last shot, don't freeze. Move the ball on the court with ease. Turn your radios on and TVs. Relax, kick back, tune in to see Breeze. Game on the line, last shot, don't freeze. Move the ball on the court with ease. Turn your radios on and TVs. Relax, kick back, tune in to see